What's happening? This is the Tap In podcast. We are live inside the Tap In studio. Well, I'm live inside the Tap In studio. I'm joined by I don't even know what to even call this guy, guru. Like I don't even know. But I'm joined by Chad Focus. What's happening, man?
What's up, big brother? Super blessed, man. How you feeling, man?
I'm chilling, man. I'm feel good, man. Man, thank you for tapping in with us too, man. I appreciate you.
100%. We on the Tap In podcast. We blessed.
That's right, man. Man, so I want to get into your whole story, man. I know just from just doing a quick research, you went to the pen or went to the feds for 2 years, right?
Yeah, actually, I sat down. I had a 30-month sentence, man. I sat down for 16 months. We came home November 2022. 4 months halfway house, man, and I'm here on probation, man. Out here, back to work, doing what I do best, man. Grind. Put the people on, man. Put the people on notice, my guy.
That's right. So I want to get into all that, but I want to start from the beginning, man. The Chad Focus from the Chad Arrington from B More, man.
Facts.
Like, how was it growing up? How were you as a kid growing up inside B More, man?
Yo, you know what? It's funny. I get on some of these interviews and I tell the homies, man, we had a nice childhood, man. We had a good lifestyle, bro. I was I come from good cloth, man. Mom's was a nurse. She worked at Sinai Hospital, man. So that's one of the more popular hospitals we have in Baltimore. And if you know about Baltimore, man, we got, that's big for our community is the medical centers, man. You got Johns Hopkins, you got Sinai, you got GBMC. So mom was a nurse, man. My father, bro, he was into the entrepreneur world, man. So he had his own construction companies, bro. He was big into that space. And then my stepfather, man, he was into the marketing world. So I came from a good cloth, man. Great family, bro. Both sides, man. Spent a lot of time on east side of Baltimore, west side of Baltimore until I eventually moved out into an area we call Randallstown. We call it the town where I'm from. Growing up in the city, man, was a beautiful life for me, bro. Like I said, mom kept us busy, bro. You get what I'm saying? It was always about extracurricular activities, man. Always played ball. Always played basketball, man. Always been a A student, man, an honor roll student. Always was focused on extracurricular activities from, science club, man, chess club, man, computer tech, then all of it into like the sports, man, playing football, baseball, basketball. So extremely blessed, man. Always was, a kid that was in tune to technology. Always wanted to know exactly how everything worked, man. Was big into the internet space, man, as a youngster. And as we look at things where we at today, man, Baltimore is a tough city, man, especially to make it out of, bro. It's not a lot of resources. Yeah. Extremely, an area where you're dealing with a lot of crime, a lot of violence, a lot of poverty. The politics is, very, very tough, man. Not only on internal, but external, bro. So you're trying to overcome the things you got to deal with in the street. And then you're also looking at how you're going to maintain and build opportunities in the corporate world, bro. So you got to figure out a way to make a way for yourself out here, bro. And it takes a lot of ingenuity. It takes a lot of persistence and resiliency. And, started off, like I said, man, coming from a good home, bro. Parents always put the values inside of us, bro, to make sure that we knew that nobody was going to save us. We knew that we was going to have to apply ourselves, man, and we was going to have to excel, in the schoolroom and at home and out in the streets, bro. You had to be extremely aware of your surroundings and, also self-aware, bro. So we here right now, man. Shout out to the family, man. Shout out to, like I said, my rents, bro. Extremely appreciative of those people I had in my life, man. My foundation is extremely solid.
That's what's up, man. I know you mentioned hooping, and I seen online that you was kind of nice in high school, man.
Yeah. We got busy, man. We won a state title, man, 2005 here in Baltimore, bro. So we was one of the best teams in the entire state where we from. We won the county championship 3A. And I played with some dope dudes, bro. Like I said, we are familiar for us having like Dunbar and Douglas, some of those very popular schools, especially if you know about, your history, man. And you know about your Sam Cassells and Muggsy Bogues and some of those guys that did make it to the NBA. Carmelo Anthony went to Towson Catholic. Will Barton went to Lake Clifton, and now he's, they're both in the NBA, and those guys are going to be Hall of Famers in my book. So Baltimore's rich, man, in hoops, bro. We got a lot of leagues, man. We got Cloverdale, which is a famous outdoor court, man. We got the Dome. And, of course, we had the Mello Center, which is now out there in the Mount Royal space, bro. So I always played ball. My kids play ball. My younger brother, man, he went overseas and played ball. He went to college. So that's been a big thing for the family, man. I can still get up and down. The knees don't work the same though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know. Did you
Yeah,
ever like?
the knees don't work the same, man.
Yeah. Did you ever like like really wanted to go to the league, or it was just you was just nice and it was just something
You know
like a
what?
pastime?
I did want to go to the league, right? Like what kid don't? I'll tell you this, what happened. I wanted to go to the league and I got injured. So
Mm.
for me, I think the injury is like what did me dirty, right? I tore my shoulder up in college, man. I had a torn labrum and I had a dislocation. And eventually I realized that I couldn't put all my eggs in one basket. So when I graduated college, man, I was 21. I had just had back-to-back major surgeries on my shoulder. So,
Mm.
I got right into the work world, man. I said, we got to get to this paper. And I had the hoop dreams, bro, but I always kept it real with myself, bro. I never put all my eggs in one basket as far as that goes. And I was extremely blessed, man. Like I said, to win a high school state championship, bro, and then to go play 4 years of college ball. That's something that only 1% of the homies, ever get a chance to do. And I was super blessed, man, to be the only guy that came from like my championship team that was able to go to college and play ball. So
Mm.
count all of the blessings, man. I'm extremely appreciative.
Yeah. Okay. And where'd you go to college at? Where'd you go to school?
I went to college. It's called McDaniel College, man, out in Western Maryland. It's an area called Westminster, Maryland. It's probably about 40-45 minutes outside of Baltimore. Rest in peace, man, to my head coach, man. His name was Bob Flynn, man. He coached at Cardinal Gibbons. He was actually he was actually the head coach of the All-Star team, man, in 2004, 2005 for the McDonald's All-Americans. That team had Sebastian Telfair, J.R. Smith, Josh Smith, man, Dwight Howard, like some of those guys. So I was blessed to play for him in college. And then for my high school, I played for the famous Kim Rivers, four-time state championship head coach, man, at Randallstown High School, man. He was, hails from Wyandanch, Long Island. So, I got good cloth, man, like I said, bro. And shout out to the big homies, man, that put the rock in my hands, as we'll say.
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. I'm glad he put that
Yeah.
rock in your hand, not the other rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't have worked out for him anyway.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you 21, you get out of college, you graduate from college, and you just join the workforce. I know from just researching your story, you got into the search engine job. Was that your first job out of college, or what was the first job
No,
that you
I'm gonna tell
got?
you, you know what's funny? I worked a lot of jobs, man. To be honest with you, it was a struggle, bro, coming out of school, man. I was working at a couple of call centers, man. I worked at some health tech companies. I was working at a place called HealthStream. Like we used to sit on the phone, man, 12 hours a day, going back and forth with clients. I worked for a survey company. Like, bro, I had a bunch of different like opportunities where I never mind hustling. You understand what I'm saying? And it never had to be an illegal hustle. It had to be like, yo, I'm willing to go ahead and grind and do whatever I can do, put food on the table, and was extremely resourceful, man. I've been working since I was 10 years old, man. I've been always grinding. I didn't get into the search engine world, bro, till about I was 23 years old. And I'm a person that spends a lot of time on the search engine, man. So I studied what was on the forums. I used to go and check out what was about to pop, what was working. I'm a big underground type of guy. And 2010, bro, I really honed in my skills, man, in the search engine optimization world. That's been able to kind of like manipulate Google and Yahoo and Bing for, search engine placements and help companies make a lot of money and help yourself make a lot of money, because that's where most people go to kind of find products, man, and services, right? So huge, multi-trillion-dollar industry. I wanted my little piece of the pie. And 2011, man, I eventually got my job at the company I was at, man. 2011 to 2018, that was called Agora Publishing.
Now, can you break down for like people who may not understand like why search engine is important, or what is actually the search engine does, like, because
Right.
it's like I know people may know, okay, yes, it gets your stuff on the internet, but it's millions of things on the internet. So can you like just break it down with like a little summarized version of why the search engines are so important on the internet?
Most def. So you guys saying everything is built off of the Google search engine nowadays, bro. About 85 to 90% of when people do search for stuff online, they go to that search engine. So you got to understand for what the world is today. If you're trying to find directions, right? If you're trying to purchase a product, if you're looking for a certain type of lotion, certain type of clothes, shoes, you're trying to buy tickets to a concert, bro, you're going to go to the search engine. All right. And if you are a business, a company, a brand, and you have a product that you're trying to sell that people should be searching for and are searching for you to be able to get traffic, for you to be able to get customers, for you to be able to make money and generate revenue, the search engines, bro, are extremely important, you know, into that fact of how you are able to accomplish that, bro, and generate revenue and money. For companies, I put it like this, I'll give you an example. So many people like e-commerce stores nowadays. So just say that you was looking for like Listerine mouthwash, right? Search engine is going to probably bring up Amazon, Walmart, CVS Pharmacy, Walgreens, right? Like these guys all make money from having their products listed in the search engine. It doesn't prevent a person that has a mom and pop store from being a part of that search engine as well. And that's where search engine optimization comes from. If you have a budget and you understand technically how to use the search engines, people can find your products, your services, your businesses in the search engine. And it's also a validation thing, right? If you're not in a search engine, then you're not valid. So it's like the same space that we're looking at with music and content nowadays, right? You're a podcaster, you're a musician, your stuff should be found on YouTube. It should be on Instagram, it should be on Spotify, Apple Music. And if it's not, you better be able to at least have a website where they're coming directly to your platform. So this is just the standard, bro, of how you operate business nowadays. And the search engine is probably one of the number one ways to actually generate traffic, which AKA then generates, revenue.
Is algorithm and search engine, is that those synonymous with each other? Or what's
Yeah,
the difference?
So the search engine is built off an algorithm, right? So an algorithm is basically a mechanism that creates visibility. All right. So, like I said, if we looking for mouthwash, bro, on a search engine, right? We want some Listerine. Based off of who triggers the algorithm and who is the best match, as we'll say, they're going to show up higher in the search engine than their competitors. And you want to show up higher than your competitors because first place is always going to get 90% of the traffic. This is historically. And then the other placements in the search engine will get the other 10% of the traffic, however it breaks down. So if you type in Listerine and you want the mouthwash, and I'm Amazon and I'm number one in the search engine, I'm gonna get 90% of those traffic, those visitors, and I'm gonna get 90% of those sales more than likely, as long as I can go ahead and match the price. So most of us have things that are similar in price, similar in value. The thing that separates brands, businesses, services is the traffic, is the engagement, is the following. You have to understand and master algorithms, man, to increase your visibility and then your exposure. Without those, bro, you don't have anything. You don't have what we call motion.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Makes sense. And so once you started at 23 working for this company, right? And you was just what? All they was paying you to do was just make sure that they stuff got high up to the end, or what was your actual job that you were supposed to be doing?
My job, bro, we was working into it's a financial news space company, right? So they sell investment information, right? How to make money on the Wall Street and stock market, how to purchase and trade Bitcoin. Like this is something that's not it's not a fundamental conversation that we have in our communities. This is how people of other fluent races, this is how they make money, bro. They make money by doing investments. My job was, let's say somebody is looking for like penny stocks, right? Penny stocks to invest in, penny stocks to buy. I get paid a certain fee to help this company generate search engine placements where they can show up high for those keywords and make money based off of the products that they sell. And then I was receiving a commission, bro, based off of that traffic that we drove to the website. So I help, like I say, bro, engineer, search engine traffic to this company's website. They sell products. People purchase those products. I get a commission on those products plus my actual salary. So it was an extremely lucrative career, bro. You're going to make high 6-7 figures, man, in this industry. And like I said, it's not a lot of people that look like me and you that's in this world. And if you can infiltrate this space, man, not only can you help people in the corporate world, but you can help, individuals in our community, bro. And like I said, it's extremely, extremely lucrative, bro, to be an expert in the search engine space.
Now, this is the question I'm probably sure that most of the people who watching this, right, is gonna say, like, he had a great job. He had a corporate corporate high income job, 6-figure job, right?
Yeah.
How or why wouldn't he? How did he get caught up in something else that'll make him end up in jail for 16 months? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I'll put it like this: did you get a chance? You get a chance to see the Vice TV documentary, right?
Yeah, I seen it.
I got you. So first and foremost, I think for a lot of people, man, I think I probably got one of the top documentaries out in the industry as of like the last 2 years, right? So you
Hmm.
kind of want to know like the backstory, like the Chad Focus story and what happened and what's going on. I think that'd be a dope place like a reference and kind of get your context. Um, like I said, bro, I was in the Wall Street world, and so I'll explain it to you like this. You've seen the Wolf of the Wall Street movie, right?
Yeah.
We never question why that young white boy is up there making billions of dollars in Wall Street, right? So usually when we see people that look like ourselves, we always question things instead of like looking at what the world is and what the world has become, right? You got Donald Trump, right? Donald Trump is going through a RICO case right now. He got out in 15 minutes. Young Thug's still in prison. So we got certain circumstances, or we got certain circumstances that we can get in that are exactly the same as people that don't look like us. Instead of
Hmm.
the reason of asking me why, we ask how, right? Well, my skin look like it does, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Young niggas playing in corporate America, playing in Wall Street, you might get fall in some pitfalls that other people don't. What we were doing, bro, is that you got to understand Wall Street, yo, is based off a lot of things that are not on the up and up. It's a very unethical space to be in. What I was doing, man, is that I was one of the guys that worked in the actual search engine marketing and also the advertising space. When I joined the company initially, my job, bro, was at a minor state to like kind of bring traffic in. By the time I got to 2015, bro, I had my own corporate accounts, man. I was purchasing big media buys. I was doing all types of things for the company, bro, that for one, the actual field that we were in was unethical, but the things that they were asking for a young black man that one never understood what a non-compete was, an NDA, didn't have an actual protocol and what was going on as far as the spends. There was no checks and balances. Man, bro, I was hanging myself by the rope from the day I started with this young company. You understand what I'm saying? For me personally, uh, when you are part of corporate America, bro, you get, like I said, an expense account, right? So I was one of 8 people that had an expense account for a multi-billion-dollar company, plus the only person like myself that had, access. So I didn't have any mentors. I didn't have any understanding. I didn't know how accounting, finance, and a lot of those things work. And what my job to do was I had to, like I said, acquire media buys, bro. I had a lot of expenses that were based in the entertainment and also the marketing space. And for people that had their own business, if you don't know, entertainment is something that you can write off on your taxes at the end of the year, right? So we spent a lot of time what we call liaising, bro, taking people out of the country, renting a lot of cars, living extremely
And the company was letting you do all of this? The company was
we
letting you
live in
do?
expensive. Yeah, well, like I said, you seen Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
So if you look at it and you see the young white boy do it, right? Just imagine this was Wolf of Wall Street, but it's the black Wolf of Wall Street.
So I
Exactly what you seen.
yeah, but see, here's what my understanding. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Wolf of Wall
Facts.
Street, he was the owner of this company, right? He wasn't like working for somebody else under him, was he? You know what
Yeah,
I
but
mean?
remember the first scene that he goes on, right? First scene he's on is it's Leonardo DiCaprio. He's with Matthew McConaughey, right? So they go from the board to an expensive lunch. They're doing cocaine. That's all on company time, and that bill was on company dime too. So what I'm trying to show you is that the experiences that they live in and experiencing, bro, that right there is a great area. Also, like I said, you seen the Wolf of Wall Street. You remember when he's arguing with his father about the accounting details, and his father was talking about all the strippers that they bought off the corporate account, right? All the trips they've taken, all the jet planes, all of the things they doing for their wife, all the illicit spending. This is what comes along, man, with being in the corporate space. So when the company was initially indicted, bro, by the FTC, they had a Federal Trade Commission issue that they had going on. Chad Focus just became, bro, what you call a scapegoat for any of the illicit spends that I done. None of the young white boys had to deal with the same exact illicit expense that we all had going on, right? So everybody got immunity. So that's the part of the game that you got to understand. It's a young black dude working at a billion-dollar white corporate firm. He's there for 8 years, and they're talking about illicit spends. When you got an Amex account, man, your Amex account got to be signed over every 30 days, bro. Somebody's got to sign off for that, right? So I can't sign off for that for myself, and I can't extend myself having access to an Amex account for 8 years without nobody auditing or anybody having any issues. So, long story short, man, I was a part of, like I said, some type of Ponzi scheme situation. And it just so happened that I became the fall guy very strategically because of my visibility, my platform. It was very convenient that at the same time they called the FTC case, Chad Focus called his fair case, right? So if you do your research, you type in Agora FTC, you'll see that these guys had a claim where they were taking millions of dollars from their clients based off of products and Ponzi scheme products. They were lying to seniors about certain things that were available. They had like a diabetes cure. They had a lot of different things that was going on the back end today. And when they got this actual investigation, they became back page news. and the Chad Focus indictment for stealing from this company that was stealing from its clients, that became front page news. So now you got this young man, $4 million guy. He got this crazy illicit budget. He's doing things in this music industry. That's a much more sexier headline than companies stealing money from clients, because companies steal money from clients all day, every day, right? Looking at Wells Fargo right now, opening up accounts and stealing money from their clients each and every day, right? You're looking at big businesses and all the like hidden fees that you get for, you know, your Netflix and your Spotify's and different companies. They can raise them up and down as they feel like it, right? You got a cell phone bill. You might have fees on there right now, bro, for roaming charges that you didn't agree to and that you didn't know about. So, and you know, that's why I say, yo, the documentary is super duper dope, because it breaks down exactly what's going on. And then it also breaks down nepotism, right? The nepotism comes from, yo, young white guy, bro, gets caught up in a situation that he gets caught up in. We all go watch The Wolf of Wall Street. This guy stole $42 million. We make him another $300 million. We celebrate it. You know, we sensationalize it. We use that as entertainment. Young black kid get caught in the same situation. Everybody trying to figure out why, what happened, or if it was a real crime situation. Wrong place, wrong time. You live and you learn. And now I understand the infrastructure. Should have never gotten a corporate America without having an LLC, Tay. Should have always had an LLC set up, right? Should have always taken the advertising budget up front. Should have always understood, yo, how to allocate, yo, the business expenses, and then also do the accounting, bro, for your personal expenses, right? Now we understand it's not necessary, bro, to have done a couple of things that we did in the entertainment space with those guys, bro. We didn't have to go on certain trips. We didn't need the Rolls Royce, bro. We didn't need the Airbnbs. We didn't need the upgrades, the suites. We could have kept it all business. So at the end of the day, those things that I thought were perks, that were part of the job, that were part of like thanking me, man, for, you know, performing above and beyond. At the end of the day, when you get into a Fed case, bro, all of that can come back, you know what I'm saying, to bite you in the ass, bro, as illicit expenses and also something what you call embezzlement. So, you know, I learned the game, bro. That's why it's a blessing for me to be on platforms and back out and telling people the game, so that the next generation or whoever does get in those positions, they know, you know, what to watch out for. And there was no Chad Focuses before me. There's no young black guy that's ever done what I've done. There's no person that has a story like this. This isn't your typical homeboy was on the block slinging dope that we know about all of those different stories. A homeboy got caught in a RICO, a homeboy shot his homeboy up. Like, this ain't a story that anybody heard before. This is a one of one. So we see this right here. We learn from it, man. We go ahead and figure it out together. And, you know, I'm just a blessing, man, to be here, bro, as a vessel to kind of tell the homies what's up, and that I learn from my mistakes, and I know how to get it and get it the right way, bigger and better from now on.
Yeah, you know, I mean, from watching the Vice documentary is what intrigued me, because I was like, wait, what? You could do what with bots? Like, and it was just it just got my mind to just roam, and I was like, yo, I want to meet Chad. I want to talk to him. I want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want to see exactly, or understand exactly how you was able to understand the bot game, how you was understand to implement this into your own benefit. Like, I wanted to learn all the steps that you went through to learn this. And then it just made me start looking at the whole music game like, yo, this shit ain't no who's hot is who not. It's about who could structure it, or who has the most money to be able to put that marketing out to the most people. You know what I mean?
Well, it's always been that, Tay. You gotta understand that if see, for me, bro, I like to be, I'll tell you this, I spend a lot of time, bro, on the yard reading, right? So I look at a lot of guys and how they spent their time versus how I spend my time, right? I'm not a big eater. I'm not a big socializer all day long, just empty socialize. I'm not gonna go ahead and hug the TV all day long. Like, that's not how I spend my time, bro. I spend my time reading, planning, researching, putting myself back in position mentally and emotionally so I could be where I'm at right now, right? The industry always had people that explained exactly what was going on and how it worked. And we just decided what we wanted to be entertained by and what we like to watch and listen. Like, we decide what we want to digest and put inside of our bodies. I just decided I wanted to go learn ownership. I wanted to learn promotion. I wanted to learn publishing. And if everybody's talented, because, you know, most people in our community can sing and dance, like we was born that way, right? I'll go figure out the talent afterwards. Like, that doesn't seem like that's the difficult part for us, right? 99% of it is that we create products and we have zero clue how we're going to get it out to the masses. I think it's disrespectful. I think it's irresponsible for people to be that talented and not figure out a plan to put themselves in position to, one, monetize what they're doing, have an ROI, take time from their family and whatever else they got going on, and not figure out how to make it work as a business model. So that's what it really came to for me, bro, was frustration, right? I got tons of homies that can rap their ass off, right? But they don't got the work ethic. They don't got the understanding. They don't want to go ahead and apply themselves to what works. while I'm watching podcasts and I'm out here trying to learn from Wendy Day and I'm watching the Brand Man Network, yo, the homies is watching Belly. They watching Paid in Full. It's two different ways that we spend in our 2 hours. So when we come to a meeting or we go to lunch or we go to dinner and they don't have no clue and they're frustrated because they're looking at it like, yo, why doesn't talent, get the exposure that it deserves? It's because talent sometimes is extremely lazy, bro, and doesn't have any, forward thinking on how to go ahead and make this happen. So that's what the industry always preyed off of, bro. They preyed off of, one, financially, we didn't have the money, right? They knew that we didn't really want to learn how the actual infrastructure worked, even if they would have taught us. And they know talent wise, they can give us little things to kind of like fulfill what we want, right? We're very materialistic. And not just to say black folks, I'm just saying people that are talented that's in that space, period. I looked at it, bro, and I said, man, what about if marketing was like a superhero trait? Like, what if marketing was my talent? If I was an Avenger, like marketing would be my superhero power. And I never seen or heard anybody that looked like me and you that kind of spoke that way. So now look at me, man. I'm 6'5", I'm 250. I got $100,000 worth of jewelry, so I look like a rapper, bro. But I go into the room and the boardrooms and the meetings and the advertising spaces that the guys like ourselves can't go into. And now I represent a voice. I represent somebody that can speak our language and come and communicate, bro, and break it down and articulate exactly what it is and how it is to get it done. So the industry is based off of not just budget, it's based off of strategy, and it's based off of, marketing and understanding exactly what's going on. Systems change all the time, right? Payola has been around since 1954, Dick Clark. That means that people used to put money in a brown paper bag, take it to the DJs. They would play the record all day long. Programming is what it is. Next thing you know, you're popular. People singing your song on the radio, you're getting booked for shows. All right. If you don't have that relationship, who cares if you got the money? So it's relationships, money, and strategy. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We come to the 1990s. Look at what Jay-Z and those guys was doing. Rockefeller was popping because some of the homies took some of the money from the streets. They invested into what they was doing with the music, how they clean the money, throwing parties, pressing CDs, creating merch, clean the money, did it the right way, build up what they had going on as far as a budget. It was still illegal to go ahead and pay the DJs and pay people to play your records. So they put the DJs on payroll. So that's where the mixtapes came from. All right. If you think about what was going on with the CD stores, you could go to the CD stores, bro, and buy 100,000 of the albums. Who was going to stop you? So if you brought all of those albums, bro, and you went into the red $100,000, but now you was the #1 artist in the world because you done went ahead and Billboard charted off of buying all those CDs, you're going to make that money back off of what? Doing shows, tours, PR, and then also the label of being #1. That's strategy, right? People talk about they don't got $100,000. What a strategy is to go ahead and build up your personal credit, to go ahead and invest into your LLC, put yourself in position with trade lines and funding, and now you got money to invest in what you're doing. So I just watch stuff all the time, and I start realizing that people are asking questions that they don't want to get the answers to. I became a millionaire, bro, because I figured out the answers to all these questions, and then I tapped in these platforms, and now the people that look like me, that also come from where we come from, they got a person they can trust that, one, been through some shit, and then two, also is not speaking from other people's experiences. This is my experience. You understand what I'm saying? Look at the guys right now in the industry that's telling on any and everybody, right? I think I should be saluted, Chad Focus ain't no snitch. Y'all still bump the music of niggas that tell on niggas every single day. That's lying about all these street and war stories. Nobody question them niggas. So that's not integrity for me. My integrity is like, look, bro, live, learn, figure it out, and then come and educate the next homie.
Do you got a course that you're selling right now, or that people can get to learn this information?
Yeah. We got Focus Music University, man. We launched it on July 4th, right? Independence Day. Super duper blessed, man. We did the Brand Man Network, and I put together a course, man. It's 40 modules. It takes them from the A to Z to say, man, exactly how to set up their copyrights, BMI, sound exchange, and then also how to actually make money with the music, both based off of like streaming and infrastructure systems, how to set up their social media marketing, ad campaigns. Like, that's a lot of people that had their music on Spotify. It's a lot of people that got podcasts, TV shows, but they don't got YouTube views. They don't got Spotify streams. They don't got that distribution set up. So I wanted to show the homies from A to Z how to get it done, and then also how to game the algorithm and, what ways they could do this the right way, the wrong way. I show the homies what's legal, what's illegal, and then I just try to give them like the insight, bro, of what's working currently.
So anybody with a podcast, TV show, or music could take your course and grow their footprint on the internet and grow their audience by using your course.
100%, man. Just think about it, bro, right? Like, I literally technically was homeless, right? Probably 10 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I came home from the halfway house in March, right? I went viral a week later after doing an interview with Brand Man Network. And then after that, Vice TV started taking clips of me and start cutting up what they call them 30-second reels and little short trailers, right? We got over 100 million views organically over the last 6 months. People know what kind of money that means, right? My music is licensed in all of these different clips and visuals that you see out here on the internet. And then you can just go ahead and look at like my social media and what's going on. You can look at the outreach, you can look at the growth, you can see exactly what I'm doing. And I like how social media works because it's almost like a timeline. You can literally look at like what I did from March to today, how consistent I stayed, how many interviews I've done, what kind of content and kind of conversation I'm having on these platforms. And like everything that we touch and everything that we do goes viral. I understand how engagement works, bro. I understand how many views, comments, likes, shares, saves that you need for your content. I know that people are out here buying their followers and their likes, but there's a strategic way to do it. So I strategically do it the right way and then show people that join our platform. And then my job is to over deliver, bro. Right? So people over promise and under deliver. All I'm gonna tell you, bro, is that I'm the best in the world at what I do because I lived it for real, bro. I dealt with the scrutiny of people talking shit. And then I know all of the celebrities and the big brands that utilize the same mechanisms and systems because a lot of times, bro, those guys are my clients. I sign a lot of non-compete show. My job is to expose who my clientele is. So I made myself the biggest testimonial, right? I got 500,000 viewers, right? I got millions and millions of views. I got 6 Billboard plaques. So I don't have to talk about who else's campaign or who else's money I took to put them in that position. I did it for myself. So I proved that those methods that I'm out here utilizing for my clients, they also work for myself. You get what I'm saying? Why not be your own biggest testimonial? Why not pull up your back office? Because I can't show somebody else's back office or somebody else's ad account. So that's why I say we're extremely blessed, bro.
Is buying followers or using bots, is that even sustainable? Is it
It's
sustainable
100%. 100%. Anything I talk about, bro, I'm doing it. Anything that I'm talking about, bro, I'm not one of those guys that get on the interview and kind of give like a fluff. Like it's like I said, there's no war stories about me shooting people, bro, and I never was outside. That's not the game for me. If you go look at my following, it's a platform called Social Blade. Socialblade.com is free. All right. You can look at the Chad Focus growth reel from the day I came home from prison to right now, bro. I'm at 300,000 followers. You know, however I like decide to mechanize that, make that happen. You got influencer marketing, right? You got advertisement promo. All right. You got swaps. You got automation, which we call bots and automation. And then you also got your ability to do what's called boosts. I'm running 5 different type of campaigns, all right, on my actual socials all the time. I'm spending $2,500 a month, bro, to distribute and repurpose all the content. So every time I do an interview, bro, I've done over 40 interviews since I've been home. Those 40 interviews turn into 10, 30 to 60-second reels that then become daily content I repost to my social media. So every single day, I got a brand new post from a prior interview or from some shit I did on Vice that people can kind of get to the game and see what I'm talking about. Every interview is different. Everybody asks different questions. They take different angles. So I'm just staying extremely consistent. And as I figure this out, Tay, I just give everybody the resources that I'm using. Here are the people that I outsource to create my content. This is the actual platform I use, guys, to go ahead and build up my engagement, my influencer marketing. You guys can do exactly what I'm doing based off of whatever budget you have. Some people don't get $2,500 to recreate content on a monthly retainer type of basis, but they might have $50 to create one video. You might have $200 to create 4 videos. So it's a get in where you fit in. My job, bro, is to explain and kind of teach the mechanisms and the strategies. And we all know you can't go on the internet and find nobody else giving up the game like myself that's also in the trenches and also doing it for themselves.
Tell people, man, how can they get your course, man? Where do they go?
Hey, man, I am Chad Arrington, man. It's on Instagram. That's the place I like to hang out the most. Of course, I got my own website, man. It's chadfocus.com. So you can get in touch with me, guys, on any of those platforms. You go to Instagram, the link is going to be in the bio. You literally come there right now, man. We got, a crazy, crazy discount, man. $300 off, man, before it goes to regular price. Regular price is $14.97 for a year membership. And we blessed, man. Like I said, literally every day, bro, we get new clients, we get new students. We got a lot of success stories. Not only do we have the course, guys, Focus Music University, but then we also got our own platform where we provide these services as a music marketing agency. It's called streamhawk.com. So we're running a lot of campaigns, man, for whatever artists need, man, from websites, app development, engagement groups, advertisement, marketing, any and everything, and especially the strategy. So you could get on a consultation call with Chad Focus, man, for an hour. Depending on your budget, man, I build out the entire campaign for you. And my job, man, is, like I said, to create as many success stories as possible.
Heads up, small business owners, the ERC is a federal program designed to give you money for keeping the economy going during the pandemic. And with Lendio, it's easy to find out if you're eligible. If you qualify, you can get up to $26,000 for every employee you kept on your payroll in 2020 and 2021. This federal stimulus money won't last forever, so don't wait. Visit Lendio.com/tap in to learn more. That's LENDIO.com/TAPN. Okay. There's a link in the description. Click on the link in the description. Now back to the show.
We call it organic. They call it marketing and promotion. And it's tough because I watch so many of us be like, yeah, yo, I'm gonna just throw it out there, bro. I'll be doing my thing, man. It's going to hit. Could be further from the truth. It's probably like it's probably the one thing that people in higher up spaces, they laugh at us the most. Like, no, I don't work like that. At the end of the day, to be honest with you, we all work for Instagram. We all work for like YouTube. We all work for like Snapchat, Facebook. Like, we post our content on these platforms for free, right? And these are platforms that keep people retained and coming because we got content. So what I've understood is that, for one, I got to be able to generate traffic and generate following and generate engagement on these platforms. And a real test is, can I take these people from their platforms and move them to my platforms, right? Can I build my own community? So that's what Focus University is for me. Can I teach people how to use social media to build it for themselves based off of whatever they want to get done, right? So people want to be artists, people want to be content creators. I think the most important part, bro, is to educate yourself on like, all right, cool. I got the production value down pat, man. I know the cameras, the equipment. I know I need the headphones, the microphone, like whatever you need to kind of get that thing, off the ground. The next important part, bro, is that you got to start spending 4 to 5 times the amount you spend in production and production hours into the marketing. Even if it's an ad, man, even if it's a boost. And I say influencer marketing is like, Chad Focus is huge right now, bro, because I do extremely, viral content, man. My interviews are lit, but people take those reels and they share them, bro. So like my stuff from like Vice TV, for people to share all of that content, bro, and for us to have the #1 documentary on that platform, it's just a blessing. But I also got to put together a budget that kind of like ignites that process, right? So if I got to spend $10,000 to get, 100 people, $100 so that they all reshare my content to their following, just so I can get on the explore page or I can get more eyeballs of what I'm doing. That's a part of the process, right? So how do I monetize that? Well, a consultation with me is $500. Cool, man. If I do 20 consultations, now I've gone and I've made a return on that investment. So you got to understand, what does your monetization system look like for whatever you're doing to make it make sense. And I'm a young guy, bro. Like I said, I just got out of prison, man. I'm 6 months. I'm halfway into a year of house arrest and probation. I can't move around the way I like to. I just went on curfew. So I had to sit down and figure out how these platforms work currently. And everything is still the same, bro. Everything is still engagement. Everything is still views, shares, comments, likes, saves. And if you have to manually engineer that to go ahead and get things to work, and like we say, an organic, frequency, you got to do what you got to do. And I'm the guy that's transparent enough to let you know, like, yo, bro, if you don't put some work behind your marketing, if you don't go ahead and maneuver and learn some of these platforms, these systems, these algorithms, or if you don't invest in somebody that has the knowledge and don't look at it like, somebody charging you, and instead like an investment, then you're just going to be in a wrong mind frame to be able to scale up and make this happen long term.
Yeah, I know with myself and my podcast, we've been doing it a couple of years, right? It's so many different platforms that say they can get you to this many people. They can get you.
Yeah.
I seen this documentary. It's called Fake Famous. Have you seen this?
100%.
And so I went on, in very beginning, I went on and I was like, wait, you can go to these platforms and actually buy just Instagram followers? And I was like, they was like, yeah. And I think I spent like $25 to see what it would look like. I think it gave me like 100 followers or something like that. And then I was like, wait, this shit, it just seemed like I was cheating or something. It seemed like I was, I don't know, maybe because I just wasn't feeling like this was the right thing to do for me. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was feeling.
How old are you, bro? I'm about to be 36 November 1st. How old are you right now?
I'm 43.
So put it like this. You remember Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Remember when Barry Bonds was hitting 70 home runs a year?
Yeah.
And everybody knew that he was using steroids, but everybody was monetizing off of him using steroids till it was time to put him in the Hall of Fame. We all enjoyed, watching that nigga crank them joints, and we all was watching baseball when him and Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa was doing their thing, right? And, the pitches like Roger Clemens, the Rocket, he was on steroids too. So at the end of the day, you in the industry and we playing baseball, and you know that Barry Bonds on steroids, right? And we know what time it is. So What we talking about? What we gonna do? It's like when you play certain games, they come by certain rules, right? If you in the
Right.
streets, you know what time it is, bro. You better be packing, bro. Don't be out here thinking about, you know what I'm saying? I'm just out here, I'm a good guy, I'm out here just slinging a little. Don't work like that. Politics is dirty. All politicians lie, right? So if you get into politics and you get into one of those debates and you get in there telling the truth and you're going to get somebody like Trump that's going to tell you exactly what you want to hear to win the election, like what we talking about. So sometimes you got to sign up and understand what you get into as far as the ecosystem and the atmosphere. If you are an artist or entertainer or somebody, like I said, in a podcast or content creation space, if your competition is putting themselves in position to get in front of all of the eyeballs, and you let morality get into the way, this is not church. This is business, right? Even church is a business. Like the bigger the church is, the bigger the deposits, the bigger the donations. Like we got to be honest about that. Pastor is not there to give away free sermons, right? At the end of the day, he want to drive a nice car, have a nice suit, and he want to go ahead and preach to the people that's going to give him the bigger donations. That's just the game, right? And I'm not emotional to reality. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm from
Yeah.
Baltimore, bro. I'm extremely self-aware. Like this ain't the right place, yo, for people to have that type of like mentality. Like, yo, you gotta get ahead. You gotta figure out how you gonna have to get ahead and how you have to make it happen. The industry is based off of all nepotism and mechanisms and infrastructures, bro, and manipulation, right? And if you don't want to play ball in this arena, you can't expect certain results. And that's just what it is, right? It's not about, buying the followers. It's about, can you deliver your content and put together a strategy that eventually you don't have to buy followers, right? So I did what I had to do, because now it's no denying that Chad Focus Vice TV documentary, some shit nobody ever seen before. And if I didn't do what I had to do, you probably would have never seen it. So I got to also put a responsibility on myself to create the hype, right? I got to create this motion. Yeah, bro, I think that documentary should be on Netflix. I think it's the dopest shit that I ever seen about somebody outside of myself talking about the industry. We talking about sneaker bots, concert bots, how the search engine works, OnlyFans, Instagram. Yo, that's game-changing information, right? None of the other guys that was a part of that actual platform that was on the show with me, none of them are going viral. None of them are doing promotion. None of them are on your podcast because you seen them and they was lit and you seen them on the show. You guys don't DM them and ask them to come on your platforms. I know because I talk to these guys. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm a extremely transparent and honest nigga about what it really is. You feel what I'm saying? And
I think
nobody
it's
want to be
I think
honest.
it's so here's what I think it's two parts. I think
Yep.
one, the information that you had on the show, it was like, damn, I didn't know you could do that. But also, you very articulate, you know what I mean? You got swag. And so it was
Appreciate
the what resonated with me is I could see you. I know somebody in my hood that's like you know what I mean? That can really talk
Yeah.
that shit and say, look, this is what I did, this is how I got it, you know what I mean? And I want to
Yeah.
put my boys on. That's what I was like, man, I want to talk to bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was
Appreciate
for me.
you.
Them other guys, it was like, I don't know, I think I seen somebody was hiding their face or they was talking about, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, he don't really want to be out here. He just want to,
He don't want that smoke, Tay.
you know what I'm saying?
Hell,
So
Hey, yo, listen, it's dudes that was on that show, right? And they couldn't, they was like, yo, because you was a part of it, I felt like it brought a certain aspect of authenticity to it, because there's nobody that's ever spoke out the way that I spoke out. And I'm not speaking out to uh uh put in jeopardy anybody's movement or how they operate or what they got going on. It was my story. My story is, yo, I'm from Baltimore. We don't got no record labels, my nigga. We got The Wire, all right? And at the end of the day, you know how many homies I done had that died from the streets, that died from crime, poverty, not having opportunities. Like, I was willing to risk it all to give my guys a shot, because nobody where I'm from ever did it. And nobody where I'm from ever wanted to go risk it all to figure it out. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah.
So if I had to spend $25 with 100 different vendors to figure out how to get 100 followers, to figure out which service actually provided that shit at the highest quality, I was willing to go do that. If I went to prison and people came out and they laughed at me and said, yo, half his followers fake, do you realize that half of 200,000 is 100,000 real followers? You understand what I'm saying? So, all right, cool. We step aside from the 50,000 y'all say is fake. All right, we got Tay. We on the podcast. We gonna tap in. We rocking and rolling. This is real as it gets. You done see me on Brandman. You done see me on Vice. You see me on This Is 50. You see me on Vlad. Like, if all of that fake motion created all of this real motion, yo, I might have the sauce. And I might be the one guy that's keeping it real with you on how it's getting done by everybody else. Nobody wakes up and they just popping, right? That's why you need a record label, because the record label is the one that puts you on the radio. They put you on the platforms. They the medium between getting you in position. They put you on those Rolling Loud shows. They put you on those interviews. Arsenio Hall, Oprah. Oprah don't know who's lit and who's not lit. Steve Harvey don't know who's lit and who's not lit, bro. That's called PR, right? So PR, when you independent and you like me, PR might cost $50,000 a year for me to get on certain platforms to tell my story. But like I told you, if I'm selling a consultation for $500 and I do $1,500 consultations, bro, that $50,000 turned into $500,000, and I'm gonna do that over and over and over again. And whoever want to come along with me, I'm gonna charge you $10,000 to learn how to turn 50 into $500,000. I respect what you saying, which is, yo, bro, I wanted to see what it was hitting for. I spent 25 and 100. I wasn't really feeling it. I come straight home from prison and be like, yo, bro, I put 10, grab me up 1 million followers on all these platforms, and we lit. Only way you're gonna go viral is if half your followers fake and other half of your followers is real, and you know how to go ahead and trigger the algorithm. Ain't no way you about to come out here and get busy messing with me with that mentality, because I'm also competing with all of the big dogs, bro. Your Atlantics, your Interscopes, right? Your RCAs, your Universal Music Groups. They love when we have that mentality. That's why I say it's all love for me, because I want to be transparent with the homies. They love when we scared of everything except for crack, weed, unprotected sex in the streets. How a nigga scared of what he gonna do and what people gonna say about him on the internet, and he out here fucking a joint in the middle of the streets that's smashing all the homies raw. So you understand what I'm saying? Like, I got guys that scared of cops, but they'll blow the muffin top off another homie that they grew up with. Like, this is what we doing. So when George Floyd and all that other stuff happened, I don't be buying what these niggas be selling, right? I just was on the yard, bro. I'm famous. I'm on the yard. Ain't nobody extort me. Ain't nobody play with me. They all homies and friends, and we got real love for each other, bro. I exchange. I give respect. I demand respect. Nobody play with me on the yard. I wouldn't allow it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't allow it. And I would never play with nobody else either. So that's the kind of guy I am. And they respected that, because what you see is what you get. I met all the tough guys. They not out here. Let's be good Samaritans. Let's be civilians. Let's do what we're supposed to be doing, bro. Because they got a place for tough guys. And I'll tell you what they do with tough guys on the inside. They break them in half, bro. A lot of your most famous niggas, the most gangster guy that you grew up with, they go to prison, they become junkies, right? They in there, bro, trying to medicate the situation that they in. They calling home begging for commissary, right? They knocking on your door every day asking for mackerels and soap, bro, and extra oatmeal. Like, I seen this in real life. So can't nobody tell me that Santa Claus real, bro. You understand what I'm saying? And I wouldn't allow it. And if I'm the guy that's wrong for telling everybody in the 3rd grade, like, yo, you know, ain't no big white nigga coming down the chimney to give y'all no gifts. Like, your mom and dad working extra hard, or they borrowing some money from somebody, or your shit at Burlington's on, you know what I'm saying, layaway. Like, I'd rather be that guy, bro. Even if I'm going ahead and spoiling the party temporarily, I'm gonna try to wake niggas up long term. Yeah. It's definitely the Matrix, Tay. It's the Matrix, bro. We know that.
Yeah. I feel like the information, especially because I interview a lot of music artists, up and coming music artists that's trying to get signed, that's trying to get, you know, some eyeballs on them. I think they should all tap into Focus Music University to make sure that they can get their album played, so they can get paid off of their music. You know what I'm saying? Even if it is, even if they are a local artist, or, you know what I mean, regional artist, they should tap in to make sure that they can get their stuff seen on a major platform. You know what I mean? Because that could turn into A&R, somebody seeing them.
I got one for you, right? Because they're gonna watch this. It's gonna be a good one. Like I said, I love your energy, bro, and I appreciate what you're doing, right? Watch this. You name for me 3 Chad Focus songs.
I can't.
You name for me 1 Chad Focus song.
Honestly, man.
So look, now I got look, that's gonna fuck with you, right? I got a T-Pain feature. You know who T-Pain is, right?
Yeah.
All right, I got a T-Pain feature. The song is Chad Focus featuring T-Pain, Dance With Me. All right. I put T-Pain on what we call, a nice little situation. That's a work for hire. That's how the industry works. I own that record 100%. I paid for the distribution. I paid for the exclusive ownership and rights to the beats. Kid named Jay Oliver was the producer. I paid T-Pain, his $20,000 feature, which is called Brown Paper Bag Money, for the actual artist to perform on the record and to hand over, those vocals and that wave file so that you own it 100%. Then I distributed. I did my own, what's called media base. I did my own campaigns and promo. Dance With Me ain't sounding nothing like none of the shit that's on the radio, right? It's a clean ass song, bro. It don't need to be edited. Like, it's family friendly. It's a dope ass record. It's solid. At the end of the day, I make more money off a record that nobody ever heard because I got systems in place. It ain't about trying to have the clout for y'all to know my records or not know my records. You understand what I'm saying? It's records that that probably ain't made a penny. It's records that by famous artists and they ain't never made one dime from the royalties because of how the infrastructure is set up. So I'd rather be rich off a record that you never heard before on Tap In or anywhere else. But afterwards, now I brought you up on what's called your awareness. You're like, oh, all right, let me go check out bro. Yeah, we on Vice, and I got a big record. And guess what? At the end of the day, I got 6 Billboard plaques, and I got 1 for that record. Extremely accomplished, bro. So once I realized that the industry was all set up, bro, to be maneuvered and manipulated, y'all don't even hear good music when you should. I did my promo down Dallas. I did my promo down Houston. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got big DJs on the radio that we fuck with. DJ Chaotic. I've been on the radio where you at. Understand what I'm saying? That's just a budget. That's light work.
Yeah.
This the game, bro. It's going to burn me out making sure that you hear Dance With Me. So if you would have heard Dance With Me, that means I'm in the red right now because of the work it would take for me to make sure that was a record that you was familiar with by Chad Focus. It's a business decision. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, now you brought up on your awareness. You like, all right, bro got 20 tracks. After this interview, let me go check them out. Let me go see what I fuck with, what I don't fuck with. I might add some of the stuff to the playlist. That's just how the game go, bro. And I'm completely, like I said, I'm self-aware, bro. And it's not an emotional situation for me. You don't gotta listen to my music. Like, I'm gonna make sure it get listened to by the people I wanted to get listened to. My target fan base, bro, is young females from 25 to 40 years old. That's my target market. That's why I asked you if you ever heard my record. I never put out an ad for you to hit all my records. You understand what I'm saying? It's not for you to hear. I don't got to put it on popular radio. I leave that for Lil Baby and Moneybagg Yo and Drake. That's cool. Them niggas ain't hopping on nobody podcast. They not available. So now I build different relationships, bro. Now you invested in me and my movement because the big homies that y'all support, they don't give a fuck about us. And it's not a bad thing. It's just reality.
Yeah. Yeah. God damn, man. Like I'm gonna make sure all the artists that come on my podcast that they tap in with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Here's what I want to do. Here's what I'm saying, putting this on record. I'm gonna tap in with you, and I'm gonna be either your number one cheerleader about the system, or I'm gonna be your number one hater. I'm telling you now, because I'm gonna invest in it. I'm gonna invest in it, and I'm gonna put it to work for the podcast.
Yeah. It works, bro. And like I said, you know what helps too? Intel, right? So people always give you feedback and they like, yo, bro, because I know that your expertise and your skill set, could you put some more of this inside of your course? So like everything is a work in work in progress.
Yeah,
right?
It's fluid.
So think about it, right? They still have us reading the same books and using the same textbooks that me and you was using in the 70s, 80s, 90s in like school, right? So hasn't everything changed career-wise? Like IT is here, social media, those should be courses that kids are taking and not civil rights.
Yeah.
So my job, bro, is that, like I said, I understand the scrutiny that I'm going to face, bro, because the expectations is to another level. But people not realizing I'm also the pioneer. Ain't nobody that look like me that's accomplished what I accomplished doing it as well. So I've already built myself, bro. I'm my only worst critic. There's nothing that nobody can say or do to me that like gonna hurt my feelings, right? And I'm stepping out there and put myself out there to kind of like give people the game and show them something they never seen before. I'm so confident what I'm doing, bro, that within an hour, you're going to guarantee that you see something in my course you never seen in your life. All right. So put it like this. 2 weeks ago, I went and acquired some of the catalog, guys. It's not the music business for everybody watching. Yo, the music industry is really the catalog business. All right. That's what these labels care about. They care about how many records they can go ahead and monetize. Your music is a digital asset. All right. The same way that people come out here and buy real estate, people like myself, investors, big corporate companies, venture capital, they buy the digital assets and the ownership to these assets to one, put them in the movies and to liquidate the actual value of these records however they can. Irv Gotti just sold his catalog. Drake sold some of his catalog. Lil Wayne sold some of his catalog. Nelly sold some of his catalog. Wiz Khalifa sold some of his catalog. Do you think they sold them to other young black folks or they sold them to rich white people that have nothing to do with hip hop? They sold them to rich white people that have nothing to do with hip hop. Yeah. When niggas think that Kanye was crazy and they want to silence him, it's because the nigga's a truth teller. He might not be as articulate as he should be or as cautious as he should be, but I catch myself in a lane where Kanye is sometimes, bro, when I get passionate about certain things I want to say. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's just what comes with the territory, bro. Kanye was extremely, extremely transparent and telling the truth, bro. There's people that run these organizations, that run, the systems, that run the corporate world, and we just pawns in this space, bro. We don't have ownership. You know, we don't have a way to kind of move the needle the way that we think we do. So right now, Tay, they got a platform. This is the biggest gem I'm gonna give you right here. It's called Songvest, where people that are fans of certain artists, bro, can go and buy ownership and be in partnership with these artists and these record labels. TLC just got something called a reversion after 30 years, right? And even JD is talking about this, man, on the Breakfast Club. The ownership of their records that they signed away 30 years ago has now become valuable and assets where they can have ownership of again. They now have the re-ownership of the music they created. So I got Waterfalls, bro. I got No Scrubs. I got Creep. I own records of multi-platinum, you know, artists like TLC, right? The biggest selling artist, female group of
Own
all
a piece
time.
of the record?
I own piece of the record. I got the ownership, right? I got the records. I got the recoup. I got the shares. I got the contract sitting right here in my lap. That's what this game is about, bro. It's about ownership and it's about strategy. You understand what I'm saying? Like DistroKid is going to pay me out every quarter whenever those royalties come back based on a percentage of ownership that I have. Think of it like a dividend. Think of it like if you own a share of a stock, whether it's Apple or Tesla or Microsoft, based off of how many shares you have and what your actual dividend or your ownership is of that stock. When that stock makes money, you make money based off of you coming in and that being a net profit or a net gain. That's how I approach the music industry, bro. They got platforms like Songvest. They got platforms like Royalty Exchange. Before I got on this call with you, Tay, I went and I purchased some of the ownership, man, to a Katy Perry and Nicki Minaj record. It's called Swish, right? So how do I get in bed with some of the most popular and most famous artists in the world? Well, one, I'm a Billboard charting artist. I've done it independently. And now I own some of these niggas' catalog. And I'm on Vice TV with 2 Chainz, right? So I put myself in position as a young nigga from Baltimore with no record labels, with no cosigns, and with no real support. They can't do nothing with us, bro.
Yeah. I'm curious, what's your thoughts on what LaRussell is doing? Or he
Gangster.
going all independent?
Gangster. And I talked to LaRussell, right? I talked to him and I gave him his props and gave him my props, right? And that's why I like what he's doing. He took what Nipsey was doing, right, and he evolved it. So he got a platform, it's called even.biz. And what it is that he allows people to pay him what he thinks they think that he's worth. So I might see LaRussell album and be like, yo, bro, I'll give you $10. The album probably like, you know, regular price is $9.99. All right, that's respectable. He got some people that be like, yo, bro, I'll give you $1 for the record. All right, cool. It's a digital asset, bro. It don't take me no overhead to make sure you got to download. That's cool. He got some people, bro, that pay $1,000, yo, because they appreciate the work, what he's putting in, what he represents. So he has 3 sales that he could have just now, bro. Somebody that values him at $1, somebody that values him at cost, but I'm putting 100% of it in his pocket so he doesn't have to split that with any store or any platform. There's somebody else that sees what he's doing is like, I'm gonna put $1,000 into your movement because I would love to see you continue what you're doing. That's what Nipsey did, bro. Nipsey said, yo, I'm gonna get y'all this album. Send me the money on PayPal. I'm gonna give you an experience, right? I'm gonna go ahead and stack what I can offer you as value, whether it's a t-shirt, an autograph, a meet and greet. LaRussell genius, bro. So at the end of the day, he don't depend on Spotify, Apple Music. It's great to have him on those platforms because all exposure is exposure, right? Like all press is great press. You see what I did with that bad press? Turned it right around to $1 million.
Yeah.
LaRussell is going to be a billionaire, bro, because he's creating infrastructures. He's going to patent ways to generate revenue as an independent and major artist. And he's teaching the game just like a Chad Focus is doing. He's an exceptional artist. He makes great music. And I'm going to tell you this. Watch this. I want you to name me 3 LaRussell songs.
I'm old, man.
I'm fucking again. Hey, look, this right here. This how good look, bro, this how good I am. Me and him is the most visible young guys talking about independent music education, and y'all don't know none of our music. We got core fan bases, which appreciate our artwork, but y'all appreciate what we are to the business aspect of what we trying to get done because you're a creator. Yeah. That's the game, bro. So now he's also mastered that aspect, bro. We'll build fans. However, we got to build fans. So if you're a fan of Chad Focus because of what I bring to the table, now because you appreciate me, you be like, yo, let me go out and check out Bros University. Let me go and check out Bros Dance With Me song with T-Pain. Oh, all right, this not. Let me go check out this other joint. All right, that's trash. This one cool. I can't wait to see what he does next. At least I respect him enough that I give him a shot next time. Next interview, I say, yo, name 3 Chad Focus songs. You're going to be like, bang, bang, bang. You're going to always be prepared, bro. So LaRussell genius, bro. And every day he does what? He performs his records. He reposts and distribute and repurpose content from other interviews. And then he also does what, bro? He tells you to click the link in the bio so he give you a call to action. Wait till me and him come together, bro. We're going to definitely do business. We're going to definitely do a record. I'm going to definitely go out there to Vallejo where he's from, bro, and I'm going to go out there and perform, bro, in the backyard and have a great time. I got a live band. I love music still to this day. I ain't performed in 3, 4 years. I don't think nobody can fuck with me and my band live show, right? And so I still got to drag my nuts on the artist aspect, right? I'm enjoying teaching. I'm enjoying having a good time. I think a lot of y'all niggas slept on me. So now that everybody slept, how you wake them back up? I want everybody to be comatose, bro. I'm gonna wake everybody up. I already got my plans. So the Russell is dope, bro. Salute him. Salute the kid, like I said, yo, Nipsey Hussle and what he did for the game, bro. And the brother that created the Superphone. He's the guy that used to date Cassie.
Ryan Leslie.
Ryan Leslie, right? Pioneer on how to communicate with your fan base directly through SMS. Now everything that we sign up for, right? It wants your email, it wants your name, number, and then you can communicate people through text message. Like Ryan Leslie is a genius, and he tells us about how he was selling tons of records when he was signed to a label and making no money. Now he sells a couple thousand records and he keeps 100% and he makes all the money. And then he got that core fan base that he communicates with. He sells his merch, and then he goes and he does conferences, he does consultations, and then they come to his shows. Like, bro, independent the way to be, bro. It just is, man. And at the end of the day, I don't have no problem, and I'm not against the major infrastructure. I'm against the setup, bro. I'm against the way that they negotiate. I'm against coming to the table without no leverage. I'm not trying to be in no marriage, bro, with no woman that got more money than me and I'm moving in her house and driving her car, bro. That's what a record deal feels like to me. I want us both to come to the table with something so we can amicably split if it ever goes south. You take yours, I take mine, and we take the love, our respect, and our dignity, and we keep it pushing. If we got kids, shit, we can go 50-50. I make sure they straight too. So that's just where I'm at, bro. I'm about reciprocation and leverage. I like LaRussell. I like Nipsey Hussle. I like Ryan Leslie. And I like the kid Russ, right? And I like what they doing and how they get it done. And if you're looking at somebody that's doing it in a crazy way, that nigga Russ went and got a record deal. He pimped the major labels just like Frank Ocean did, took their money, put it into his campaign, took their fan base. Come on, bro. Russ gangster. He do his own production, audio engineering, writing. What you gonna do, bro? He go in the studio and create a hit record by himself and he'll chart.
Yeah. Man, when can people start, going to live shows, and when they be able to really tap in with you, man?
I'm on probation, guys. I got till March of 2024, then I'm gonna step back outside. Right now, man, I'm just home in the DMV chilling, taking care of business. As you can see, man, I'm sitting in a little podcast office in the basement having a good time. But I got a lot more work to do, bro. Like I said, my priority and my focus is, no pun intended, Focus Music Entertainment, man, and Focus Music University, and all the people that depend on me, and trying to provide the best platform I can, right? Because I know that I'm also a young Black man, and I'm extremely confident, and I work extremely hard. So people don't want to see you win. I want to have a #1 music educational platform, bro, where people can actually make money and learn some shit in the world. And I know nobody that look like me in the hood is this their goal. So I'm trying to create new goals, bro, right? Like, I want to make marketing cool. So I'm a young nigga that was swag, that played ball, that done music at the highest level. I got all the bad bitches, like I got the cars, the swag, like, yo, you can get this done, bro, and not be in the streets and not have to be a rapper. You can make decisions. I want more people to strive to be Mace, like who he is now, right? A owner, a content creator. I want more people to strive to be Puffy. I want people to strive to be 50, Dre, Irv. Like, yo, you can be the artist, bro. But if you the boss, yo, at least you're gonna always be in position to make that decision.
I heard Irv Gotti say something that this white guy told him is if you don't own it, you can't sell it. If you don't own it, you can't sell it.
Big facts, bro.
That was a gem.
Another thing too, like you see my restitution, my case. You like, yo, this young kid got $4 million restitution. Cool, man. I sat in prison. I had a lot of time to think. I was able to be still and put my thoughts and my strategies together. All right, so I break this down for y'all, how y'all make $16 million and you do it legally. I got a course. All right. If my course currently is $1,000 and I do, 1,000 enrollments, that's $1 million. All right. If I do that 16,000 times, all right, that's $16 million. That's easy numbers. All right. If I got my course, guys, and I over deliver and I'm able to provide value that people are willing to invest $4,000 for an enrollment, because people are spending 40, 50, 60 grand to go to college every year and can't get a job after college, I can kind of, argue for that, right? What I'm giving the homies. If I find 4,000 people that I can over deliver and give them $4,000 worth of value, that's $16 million. All right. We pay back the restitution. We pay off our taxes, right? We reinvest into what we got going on. And then I got $4 million left over to go ahead and expand and do whatever I want to do. Maybe go put out a campaign that had a #1 record in the world because I got the budget. And now I'm telling you, I got the strategy, right? So what's holding me back from really dragging my nuts in the industry? I want to do what Drake did, bro. I want to wake up and be top 10 on every single slot on Billboard. How do I do that independently? Well, for one, I got the strategy. Now I got to hit a budget. Next year, I might work on the music. You understand what I'm saying? So I got a long-term plan, bro, on how I want to come out here, bro, and do some things that are historic. You know how I go, bro. You know, we just blessed, man, and I'm blessed with a vision, bro, and I'm blessed with the energy, and I got a fire lit into me, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been dealt with a lot since 2019. When you have a lot of people that want, give up on you or celebrate your downfall, that's like a different type of inspiration that, I can't even put into words. It's not something I would want anybody to go through, but if you did, I'm living proof that can't nothing break you that didn't make you.
Yeah. Man, I appreciate you, man. Chad, we gonna be tapped in for sure. We're gonna be locked in.
Yeah.
And I am gonna invest in the course too, man.
Of course, man. We appreciate you, big bro. Lock in with us, man. Like I said, go check out some of that Dance With Me, man. Original, man. The one with T-Pain. Let me know what you think, man. We out here working, man.
That's right, man. Appreciate it again. Yo, y'all.
Hey, much
thank
love,
y'all
man.
for
Tell the
tapping
homies out
in.
Texas. Tell the Texas homies what's up.
Yeah, come fuck with us, man.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, it's Chad Focus on Tapped In with my guy, man. Follow me, man. Like I said, chadfocus.com. We on Instagram, man. I am Chad Arrington, man. I still go by the government. Anything Chad Focus you guys see out here, man. Focus Music University, man. We the top dogs in the game. And like Tay said, man, y'all gotta check me out, man. Black Market Season 2. All right. Rage Against the Machines. It was episode 3 on Vice TV. We are the guys. And everybody else know, man. We just need everybody else to catch up, man. So we appreciate y'all. Baltimore, stand up, man. Texas in the building. It's all love.
Tap In Podcast. Holla.
All right. Holla at me.